Well, there you are. It is the 3rd day of May 2022. This one is a very important one for journalists, not only here in Kenya, but around the world. Why? It is the World Press Freedom Day.
And journalism is under digital siege. That's the theme for this year. Very timely and relevant, Tom.
Yeah, I mean, legacy media has today embraced digital media. I mean, you either coexist with it or you die.
Or you get under the siege.
Or you get under siege. But I think legacy media has done well. They've sort of embraced it. Mm-hmm. It's here, came a long time. And so they are coexisting.
Well, today is just a reminder that technology is here and it's time we coexist and embrace it.
Oh yes, so we have that story, others as well coming up, but first let's take a look at our headline stories.
Kwa hivyo mtembee kama mko na madaha, hapana ogopa. Ati nikitaja jina Raila sitaweza kupata kura. Usipopata kura Raila atapata kazi. Don't fear.
Raila Odinga urges Azimio aspirants in Mount Kenya to stay united to realize a resounding victory in the August poll.
Detectives interrogate members of nominated MP David Sangok's family over his son's death.
Plus, African journalists urged to unite nations and uphold professionalism as they mark the World Press Freedom Day.
Very well, later on we will be joining our reporter JJ Kioria on Kenya Decides. Tonight he's hosting political analyst Mike Bichache, Catherine Amanya from Busia Women Rep, Alex Manyasi, policy and government expert. And the topic tonight is the number 2 factor. What options do political parties have?
Please do engage us on social media. You want to be part of that conversation at KBC Channel 1 News, at Purity_Museo, at Mboya24. The hashtag is Prime Edition.
Straight to our top story, the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya presidential candidate Raila Odinga has urged aspirants vying under the umbrella in the Mount Kenya region not to be ashamed of selling his agenda in that region.
Raila has assured his support base in the region that they are part of the big political formation that will cause a major upset in the August 9th general election.
Well, the ODM leader was speaking when he met leaders drawn from Kiambu and Murang'a counties. Here is that report.
Raila Odinga has moved to provide some much-needed comfort and political assurance to his allies in the Mount Kenya region.
Mtembee kama mko na madaha, hapana ogopa. Ati nikitaja jina Raila sitaweza kupata kura. Usipopata kura Raila atapata kazi.
Odinga appearing keen on eating into the political capital of the deputy president in the region, urging his best to look at the bigger picture and consider themselves part of a huge political machinery spread out across different parts of the country.
And I'm sure if you take the message that we are going to give you to the people, you will be able to get the people convinced that this is truly the route to liberation of Kenya.
The ODM leader say the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Alliance will publish its manifesto, a document that will outline their mission and vision in the quest for the country's leadership.
And this week, our people are going to be on retreat to finalize the document. And within a week's time, it's going to be out. And it's going to give you clearly what we want to do in the field of agriculture, in the field of infrastructure, the field of health, the field of industrialization, all these major fields of development.
Odinga was addressing leaders drawn from Kiambu County before he convened a similar engagement in Murang'a. Area leaders urged the Mount Kenya region to back Odinga, arguing that the ODM leader has what it takes to secure the interests of the region.
Ukienda northeastern, wako nyuma ya baba. Ukienda hapa eastern, wako nyuma ya baba.
In the next 3 months, ili kutoka 3 months tuende to celebrate Baba the 5th, tuendeshe nchi ya Kenya kwa sababu ya zile challenges ambazo ziko mbele.
Hakuna mtu amewahi kuwa president hapa Kenya
kama hajakuwa opposition. Kwa hivyo mumwambie lazima akuwe opposition leader.
Area leaders urged the Mount Kenya region to back Odinga, arguing that the ODM leader has what it takes to secure the interest of the region.
This country loses 700 billion shillings per annum to graft, to corruption. We will go and seal all those loopholes. So kwa hivyo sasa tuko pamoja. I want you people to know that you are part of a big army that is going to the war with proper weapons, ready to fight, to deliver.
With only less than 98 days remaining for Kenyans to go to the polls, the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya flag bearer Raila Odinga is leaving nothing to chance in soliciting for votes from different parts of the country. The main focus being the Mount Kenya region, an area where the two horses in the race are scrambling for votes to occupy the top seat in the land. Timothy Kipnoso for Prime Edition, Kiambu County.
Thank you so much, Timothy Kipnusu, for that report. Let's stay with politics. Wiper Democratic Movement leader Kalonzo Musyoka is pleading with Kenyans to stop the debate on why he did not get a chance to eulogize his former boss, Mwai Kibaki, during his final send-off at Nyayo Stadium. And in Othaya, Nyeri, Kalonzo says he had the rare opportunity to serve with Kibaki as his principal assistant, and that was enough, and Kenyans know what they were able to deliver together as a team for the 5 years. The Wiper leader says it was within the rights of the organizers of the burial to ask whoever they wished to eulogize Kibaki, but his deeds and simplicity is in the hearts of Kenyans. The issue of the Wiper leader not being given an opportunity to eulogize Kibaki, who he served with in his last term as his vice president, has elicited a huge debate across the country and even taking political direction altogether.
Let Mzee Mwai Kibaki rest in peace. Don't make him a subject of debate. Whether or not I was able to speak at his funeral, I had a singular privilege of working with Mzee Kibaki for 5 years. And it was enough for me to have been there at Uhuru Park, at Nyayo Stadium, and at Othaya, and watch the amazing homily by Bishop Anthony Mohelia, where he says we need even to sanitize our politics. Kalonzo Musyoka did not speak to get Mzee Kibaki buried. Let Mzee Kibaki's soul rest in everlasting peace. Don't make him a subject of debate.
Now on to that story where investigations into the death of the son of nominated Member of Parliament David Sankok continued Tuesday at Ewaso Nyiro Center, that is in Narok County. Led by Narok County Criminal Investigations Officer Mwenda Edaiba, a team of Directorate of Criminal Investigations officers spent hours at the lawmaker's home seeking answers to circumstances under which the family's firstborn shot himself dead. Leaders continued to throng the home to condole with the family, as Safina Ching reports.
Ewaso Nyiro Trading Center in Narok County, at the home of nominated Member of Parliament David Sankok, a dark cloud hovers following the sudden death of the family's firstborn son, who is reported to have shot himself dead using his father's shotgun Monday afternoon.
Me and my little brother, we were at Osimiri to pick fruits, and then on coming back, we bought some ice cream at the gate. There was someone who was vending ice cream. Then we bought mine for my small sister, my small brother, and Memosi. When we came in, so I gave the ice cream to my small brother. I told him to look for Memosi in the house because I was packing to go back to school. And then my brother went to that room. He saw what he saw. Then he came. He told me to come and see it. And I said, first time, what is it? He said, I can't tell you. You come and see it yourself. And then I went and saw, and then I told my mom.
Tuesday, detectives spent hours at the lawmaker's home interrogating members of the family. According to Narok County Criminal Investigations Officer Mwenda Ethaiba, they are seeking answers to what might have prompted Sankok's 15-year-old son to shoot himself dead. The DCI interrogated a total of 10 people, including employees of the Osim Country Lodge, which is owned by the lawmaker. The CCIO also confirmed that a post-mortem has been carried out on the body, which was being preserved at Longisa Referral Mortuary in Bomet County before being ferried to Umash Funeral Home in Nakuru.
Mambo ya upasuaji wa mwili na tayari imefanyika katika hospitali ya Longisa, na tayari mwili imeondoka Longisa kuelekea pande za Nakuru katika chumba cha kuhifadhi maiti ya Umash.
This even as leaders from across the political and religious divide thronged the home of the nominated member of parliament to console the family.
Tumpe watoto wetu matumaini na tuweze kukaa karibu zaidi na watoto wetu. Na tujaribu kuwasikiza, na tujaribu kuwaambia na kuwasaidia umuhimu wa kuweza masomo na umuhimu wa kuweza kuingia kwa shule. Kama kutakuwa na differences ya kutaka kuhamishwa, tutaweza fanya baadaye.
Kwa hivyo langu ni kusema ya kwamba poleni kwa familia hii. Tumeleta neno la faraja kwamba Mungu awatie nguvu, na tunahimiza wanafunzi kote nchini. Njia hiyo ya hasira inaleta hasara.
Tunataka kuambia kama jamii wa hapa, wale ambaye mmekupata tunakuombea na tuna familia yako iwe wakati huu wa shida yote.
Bado kama kamati andalizi tunasihi wale wanaotumia mitandao, mambo mengine tusiyafanye mzaha. Usiingie pale katika mtandao ukaandike jambo ambalo si la kweli. Ni vizuri kuambia umma ya kwamba ukitaka maneno ya kweli ni lazima yatoke katika kamati yetu.
For Prime Edition, I'm Safin Aching Oma.
Very well, that story brings us to a point now where we hand over to JJ Kioria. Remember, Kenya Decides is airing. JJ Kioria is hosting a number of panelists, including Catherine Omanyo, Busia Women Rep aspirant. JJ, give us that list of panelists that you're hosting tonight and perhaps a sense of what you're going to be tackling tonight. It's probably they're probably trying to establish that connection. JJ, if you can hear us, just walk us through
Hotel, the Fairmont.
how your
This will be the venue of the third episode of Kenya Decides. Now, the biggest headache for the two major coalitions in the country, and indeed the other 45 presidential candidates in the country, is how to choose the running mate. And that's our discussion tonight as we look at the modalities of identifying a running mate. And most importantly, must a running mate come from Mount Kenya? Because that has been the conversation over time, and that is what we'll be spending a whole 1 hour discussing. Who should Raila pair with? Who should Ruto pair with? And obviously the other 45 candidates. And what is the constitutional threshold for identifying a deputy president candidate? That is a question tonight. You can join us. Kenya Decides 2022 is the hashtag, and we are live on every social media platform. But obviously, you have to finish up business in studio on Prime Edition. I want to hand it back to you, Mboya and Purity Museo. Obviously, at 10, we'll link up again to continue with this conversation.
We'll be coming right back to you, JJ Kioria, to walk us through that conversation of the number 2 factor.
Who should be paired?
What options do the political parties have?
Yeah.
And I believe that will be an interesting one. Very well. Moving on, ODM leaders in Mombasa County have dismissed the candidature of former Nairobi Governor Mike Mbuvi Sonko to succeed Governor Hassan Joho as a Wiper party ticket.
They claimed that the impeachment of Sonko by the Nairobi County Assembly had undermined his leadership credibility. Here is more with Anne Buru.
It was the traditional Eid Baraza hosted by the Mombasa County government for residents of the town to celebrate the end of the holy month of Ramadan. The heavy downpour did not deter the residents from turning up in large numbers to celebrate. However, the nomination by Wiper Party of former Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko to seek the Mombasa gubernatorial seat seemed to have irked the ODM leaders here.
Ni msalata mkubwa na kejeli mtu aliyefeli katika county government ya Nairobi asituletewe sisi hapa Mombasa kwa tumelala tuje tutague. Jambo hilo nasema haliwezekani mchana.
Lazima tukubaliane. Sio maneno ya fitina, tuwapenda kila Mkenya, lakini hatuna upungufu wa viongozi hapa pwani. Kwa hivyo mtu kama anafikiri tuna upungufu, watafute mahali ya kwenda pengine jamii. Na hatuombi msamaha.
We are not a dumping site for rejected leaders in Mombasa County.
They instead drummed up support for ODM's Abdul Swamad Sharif, whose track record as Mvita MP they touted as people-centered.
Ndio maana nimesema mimi nafurahi. Together with my brother Suleiman Shaban, we made a choice. We want to support Abdul Swamad Sharif Nasir because I know he will make a very good governor here in Mombasa.
Mheshimiwa Abdul Swamad Sharif Nasir, kama ni academic ako nayo, kama ni experience ako nayo, kama ni tajriba ya uongozi ako nayo.
Mimi nawaomba nyote watu wa Mombasa, nawaomba nyote wa Mombasa tumshike mkono huyu jamaa, tumpe kura zetu zote. Kama ulikuwa supporter wa Shabal, na kuomba umshike mkono Abdul Swamad Sharif Nasir.
They further rooted for an ODM 6-piece suit voting style in the forthcoming general elections to give them the numbers in the next government.
Sisi hatupingi. Kama wewe ni Wiper unataka kampeni hapa ifanya. Leta kiongozi wako akufanyie, lakini don't take away my right to support the candidates of ODM here in Mombasa and beyond Mombasa, because we want all these seats to be won by ODM. Hakikisheni kila sehemu mmetoka munaanzia chini kuchagua chungwa mpaka juu, ili ule uongozi uende kwa njia sawa na maelewano.
They at the same time proposed Joho as a worthy running mate for the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya flag bearer Raila Odinga.
And I strongly believe you have what it takes to be the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya.
For Prime Edition from Mombasa County, I am Ann Mburu.
A section of Murang'a leaders allied to the United Democratic Alliance has expressed confidence that the party will clinch majority of the seats in Mount Kenya region in the August 9th poll. Meanwhile, Murang'a women representative Sabina Chege has urged Azimio la Umoja One Kenya presidential candidate Raila Odinga to pick a female running mate from Mount Kenya in order to push up his stakes in the region.
Speaking at Thika Greens Hotel during a meeting with United Democratic Alliance aspirants, the UDA leaders drawn from Murang'a expressed confidence that the party will clinch majority of the seats in the Mount Kenya region in the August 9 polls.
William Ruto, rafiki zake watu kama Keter, aliwa subject kwa nomination. Na mtu aliposhindwa akaambiwa tafadhali, hii ni demokrasia, wacha tikiti iende yule amechaguliwa na wananchi.
Meanwhile, UDA nominated candidates in Nyandarua County have forged a united front to ensure they defeat their opponents. Led by Nyandarua County Women Representative Faith Gitau, the candidates agreed to hold joint campaign rallies.
Tumeshikana na tumesema hata wale hawakufanikiwa kuwa wamechaguliwa ama wamenominatiwa na hiki chama cha UDA, wote tutawalete pamoja.
Hata ambao wameenda kuwa independent candidates waje tufanye kazi kwa pamoja, kwa sababu ile election ya nomination ilikuwa free, fair and credible.
Wale ambao walikutana kwa mahoteli na wakagawana viti, ati ya kwamba wewe chukua hii, wewe chukua ile, wewe ndio hapa, watu wa Nyandarua wamewakataa from the word go.
Elsewhere, Murang'a women representative Sabina Chege has reiterated that Azimio la Umoja One Kenya presidential candidate Raila Odinga shall enjoy massive support from Mount Kenya region come August 9 polls.
Tungeomba Mungu atusaidie baba atafikishe 40 ama 50% kwa sababu tunajua mwenye ambaye atakomboa nchi ya Kenya. Mwenye ambaye roho ni safi. Unajua character ya mtu, unajua saa zile amesukumwa sana, saa zile amekasirika sana, ndio unajua the real character of somebody.
Speaking at Michuki Technical Institute, Chege asked Odinga to pick a female running mate from Mount Kenya region in order to galvanize his support in the region.
Na kama mlima tungeshukuru sana kama baba angepata mtu kutoka Jubilee, kutoka kwa mlima Kenya, ili tukue pia pale kwa sababu kutoka ODM Jubilee ndio ile second party ilifanya impact na baba.
However, members of the Busia County Assembly allied to Wiper Party think otherwise and have backed their party leader Kalonzo Musyoka as Raila's best running mate.
Waangalie nani huyu ambaye anaweza kuwa deputy president, ambaye analeta kura katika Azimio ili Azimio iunde serikali ijayo.
Mheshimiwa Kalonzo Musyoka apewe running mate wa Azimio One Kenya Alliance. Let him exercise the Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga.
Finally, former Agricultural Finance Corporation Managing Director Lucas Meso has accused the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Alliance of foul play in the Busia County gubernatorial race.
The first time Jubilee was going to deliver a seat in this Busia because tulikuwa na very good supporters, very good support base. It inaitwa zoning. Inaumiza roho sana.
Ben Chumba, Prime Edition.
That's right, and the presidential aspirants are yet to name their running mates. So JJ Kioria has a panelist coming up right at the tail end of this live broadcast. They're going to explore those options. What are the options that those political parties have? What are the dynamics?
Absolutely.
And that's going to be a very interesting discussion. Yeah.
And who should Kenyans or do Kenyans think should be paired with the DP, and also on the other side, Raila Odinga? At KBC Channel 1 News and at Mboya 24, the hashtag is Prime Edition. Let's take a break. We'll be back shortly. Stay with us.
Do you have a news story to share with KBC? Get in touch swiftly on email news@kbc.co.ke or call 0723-892-654 or 0734-780-124.
Kupata weka imani kama skiza tune kwenye simu yako, dial *811 *759#.
Jameni, yani kuna watu wanapitianga mambo. Wacha vile sisi tunaonanga mambo kitoko kitoko. Kuna watu wamepitia mambo makubwa. Fikiria kuhusu Job. Akapoteza mifuko, akapoteza mimea, watoto wake, na bado akasimama na Mungu. Hata wewe, weka imani. Usiwache Mungu.
Ili kupata weka imani, dial *811 *759#. *811 *759#.
Are you an aspiring candidate in the upcoming general elections? Do you want your agenda and manifesto to reach your voters effectively? At KBC, we have the most comprehensive and credible online platform that has profiles of all prospective candidates. Log on to www.kbc.co.ke/2022 aspirants and let Kenyans know more about you, your past achievements, your manifesto, and your development agenda once you get elected to office. What's more, the website is easy to navigate. We will create your profile, post pictures and short videos with your campaign messages at affordable hosting fees. Log on to www.kbc.co.ke/2022 aspirants today and establish your brand authority as we lead towards the forthcoming general elections.
You're watching Prime Edition this Tuesday night. Let's continue with our coverage. Journalists in the African continent have been urged to unite nations through the profession and abide by their respective countries' constitution in disseminating the news. Tanzanian President Samia Suluhu said the continent can equally share ideas through varied media platforms on ways to foster development. She was speaking at the opening of the 4-day media forum in Arusha to explore solutions to challenges facing the media fraternity in Africa. Irene Muchuma reports.
This year's World Press Freedom Day themed Journalism Under Siege comes amid calls for immediate action to allow the media to speak the truth. To celebrate the day in Africa, a 4-day forum is being held in Arusha, Tanzania, where the Kenyan Media Fraternity, led by the Media Council of Kenya and the Kenya Editors Guild, are participating. Tanzanian President Samia Suluhu, who was among the chief guests at this ceremony, urged the media fraternity to lay a foundation towards development and peace through journalism.
Tunatumia mitandao ya kijamii kukubaliana au kutokubaliana na mambo yanayopangwa au kutekelezwa na serikali zetu, au hata kumsifia mtu, kumjenga. Pamoja na yote na kazi zetu na kila kitu chetu, tuna mila, silka, desturi zetu za Kiafrika, lazima tuzitazame, na nyinyi waandishi wa habari ndio wakutusaidia kuzilinda.
There has been an outcry by the media over stringent state regulations that claw back on the gains in press freedom.
Mwandishi wa habari kaandika hiki, mila desturi zetu ziko hivi, jamii huku ina riot, migongano, kamkamateni aloandika. Kama watu waswekwa ndani. Sasa huko ukifanya ubabe nao unakutana na wanaume wenzio.
Back at home, journalists in Turkana marked the day with a peaceful protest to call for empowerment of journalists to apply their professionalism.
Pote unapoona waandishi wa habari wanatembea, wanakuja kwako, waeleze sisi tunataka utuambie ni kitu gani kinajiri, kwa sababu serikali haiwezi jua, lakini kupitia kwetu sisi dunia inaweza katambua kwamba ni nini kinachojiri.
Try and respect the freedom of the media, respect journalists, and even give them space to work, and more so support them in their undertaking.
In Uasin Gishu County, journalists marked World Press Freedom Day in a unique way by distributing foodstuffs and cooking meals for destitute children at the Jesus Love Ministries orphanage.
We need credibility, integrity in our, in the way we do our reporting. This is all we are asking for during this World Press Freedom Day.
Irene Mchuma, Udim, the Prime Edition.
Now, the Japanese government has reaffirmed its commitment to the support of Africa's post-COVID-19 COVID recovery. Japan's State Minister of Economy, Trade and Industry, Kenichi Hosada, says that his country will collaborate with African countries in areas such as innovation, integration and industrialization in efforts to rebuild the continent.
15 memorandum of understanding have been signed between Japanese and African businesses to improve collaboration in health, agriculture, energy, infrastructure, manufacturing sectors, among others. Japan says it will promote economic development of Africa, business opportunities between member countries, as well as promote trade and trade-related investment in Africa.
Japanese companies with various technologies and know-hows can contribute to improving the quality of life of people in Africa, addressing social challenges and accelerating the growth of Africa.
Trade and Enterprise Development Cabinet Secretary Betty Maina said there are many untapped potential in Africa, noting that Japan was welcome to invest in areas of agriculture, infrastructure, manufacturing and green energy.
Africa is determined to engage in global value chains and enhance intra-African trade. The continent aims to also value add to its resources and diversify its product range for both the continent and the world markets. And we can do this faster and effectively in a cooperative and collaborative manner with like-minded and well-meaning partners.
She noted that Kenya is looking forward to attaining 100% access to clean energy by 2030.
The future of development and industrialization in any country in the world cannot be achieved without the green economy and technology at its epicenter. To this end, the Kenya government has ensured that the green transition is prioritized.
Kenya Association of Manufacturers Vice Chairman Rajan Shah said Kenyan companies will benefit from the skills, knowledge and better technologies from Japan.
With the current global situation of food insecurity and global food inflation, it has become paramount that we increase our own food productivity through various means and technological advances of mechanization.
Kenya Private Sector Alliance Chief Executive Officer Carol Kariuki noted the need for countries to diversify into the new markets, businesses and resources with other countries, saying that Japan presents opportunities that can close economic gaps presented by COVID-19.
So the world is starting to think, how can we diversify and have more resources, have more sources, have more businesses and markets with other countries, so that if something happens in one part of the country or one country, we're not all affected. And so I think COVID and Russia-Ukraine has been a great lesson.
Beatrice Getonyang-Etich, Prime Edition.
And as the dust settles on the celebrations that welcomed the 2021 Kenya Certificate of Secondary School Education examination results, questions are abound over the dismal performance of some academic giants in Nyanza region. The region appeared to have ceded its foothold to new entrants, with no student or school appearing within the best 15 in the country. KBC's Achola Simon sought to find out what really happened and why some of the biggest names performed dismally in the 2021 KCSE examinations.
Airplane 140.
In the year 2015, Museo School emerged the second best school and the highest ranked public secondary school in the Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education examinations in the country. That year, the school managed and precedented 140 straight A's, and the least grade scored was B-.
Our mean score 2015 is 11.393.
Fast forward 2021, the school mean score stands at 8.86, down from 9.577 managed in 2020. Museo is considered one of the big boys in the Kenya's academic circles.
The information we have so far is that we are the best public school. And so far, the information we have, we only have one school ahead of us.
Many schools in the region appear to have been beaten by the same bag, posting underwhelming results in the year 2021 Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education examinations. Are schools in Nyanza on a downward spiral, and does it mean that they can no longer hang with the so-called academic big boys and girls?
Nyanza is not on a downward trend. Maybe there's something that happened. We are forgetting that schools like Maranda experience school closures and disruption almost twice.
There were challenges, the effect of corona that brought in emerging issues, and some of these emerging issues could have affected.
We are not worried because we know that very soon we'll be there. We'll also produce students in top 20. In fact, this year I think we just missed it narrowly, but one of our students was among the top 40, was in top 40 nationally.
Importantly, however, is the zeal displayed by extra-county schools. Orero Boys High School in Homa Bay County emerged the best school in Nyanza region with a mean grade of 9.4. The school scooped 6 straight A's and 66 A-.
The big boys missed out slightly, but the younger ones came and covered. So we are not on a downward trend. We have still performed well, and maybe comparing the sub counties in Nyanza, I believe that Homa Bay County is an academic giant. Just go down, sit down, and analyze the results. If the genuine result that is there, you'll find that in Homa Bay County there are so many schools with 8.5 and above, so many. And the fact that the drops are there, or the negative deviation, is something that has also made us go back to the drawing board. Yeah, and we are searching ourselves personally. Just before you came in, we had the senior management team.
In South Sakwa Bondo Sub-County in Siaya County, St. Paul's Akoko Secondary School produced the second best student in county schools across the country.
We can perform. If you give us a good student, we'll also give you good results.
This perhaps lending credence to the notion that county and extra-county schools are slowly but surely scaling the academic ladder. Ogande Girls High School Principal Jennifer Otolo says one of the major handicaps, however, is a stretched infrastructure in county and extra-county schools, and that the government needs to quickly address the problem. She says the girl child must also be encouraged and provided with safe spaces to achieve academic excellence.
It's my prayer that God gives us wisdom, given us teachers, that with all this, with the challenges coming up, challenges that came up with Corona, as things are going to normalcy, we shall be able to give the best.
The celebrations that made the release of the 2021 Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education examination results appear to have overshadowed the fact that the overall performance was dismal compared to the previous year. Achola Simon, Prime Edition, Kisumu County.
The government has been challenged to put in place mechanisms for students who don't get the entry points for local universities to access scholarships for universities out of the country. Speaking during the inauguration of Study in India Education Fair, University of Nairobi Vice Chancellor Professor Stephen Kiama called for more collaborations in the education sector. Ruth Mboya attended that education fair and she filed the following report.
Each year, thousands of students fail to join public universities in the country due to limited capacity to absorb them. One solution to the crisis, according to University of Nairobi Vice Chancellor Professor Stephen Kiama, is to explore scholarship opportunities in universities abroad.
I really look forward to seeing what the universities that are exhibiting today are showing, and I believe that many of the Kenyans who are here today will be able to see and take up the opportunities that are being offered in India for study.
Kiama was speaking in Nairobi at the inauguration of the Study in India program, where the Indian High Commissioner to Kenya, Dr. Viranda Paul, said the program offers over 2,000 scholarships to foreign students annually.
The facilities existing in India, which are in fact further expanding both in public and private sectors, are fully available to Kenyan students. And India's network of world-class universities offers quality training in practically all disciplines.
I attended this Study in India program because I want to pursue a medical course in dental surgery, and I'm hoping for a scholarship because most of the universities have a scholarship.
It's really a great opportunity that to students, especially the ones studying in university, because it has given us a chance to interact with so many people that are coming from Indian institutes, and also a way for us to achieve our dreams in future.
Ruth Wamboi for Prime Edition.
Some people dream of success, while Good Morning Kenya is here to make that happen. Start your day with authentic updates that can make or break your day. Make sure you know before you go. Join Jane Mboya, Doreen Kelo, Regina Manyara, and Victor Olo to share every morning with you. It doesn't matter where you are. You can always access Good Morning Kenya from different devices. Good Morning Kenya. Every Monday to Thursday from 6:30 to 10 a.m. on KBC Channel 1. As campaign intensifies for the upcoming general election, what does all this mean for you, the voter? What do the candidates have to offer? How prepared are agencies charged with the election process? Join John Kuria and Safina Chieng on Kenya Decides. This and every Tuesday from 10 p.m. on KBC Channel 1 as we unpack elections 2022 with a panel of various stakeholders. Make informed electoral decisions.
Prime Edition continues tonight. Animal welfare activists have raised an alarm over a resurgence in cases of donkey slaughter in the country. They noted that in the last couple of weeks, several cases had been reported in Athi River, Nakuru and Murang'a, with the meat carted at to unknown places. According to Dr. Raphael Kinoti from Brook, East Africa, the trend was worrying, noting that the meat was unsafe for human consumption.
Speaking at Lake Naivasha Resort at the end of the association's 56th annual scientific conference, Dr. Raphael Kinoti from Brook, East Africa, observed that between 2016 and 2021, the country lost a whopping 300,000 donkeys to illegal slaughterhouses.
The stealing of donkeys and killing them for meat is depriving many people of their livelihoods. People don't keep donkeys in Kenya for meat. They keep them for work. And that's why actually when this happens, always there is hue and cry everywhere.
Dr. Kinoti further expressed worry that the trend could result in meat that is unsafe for human consumption being sold to unsuspecting members of the public.
We really would urge communities to be, one, vigilant in terms of the way they keep their donkeys, to really house them well, but then also we are urging the security agencies, please, these people who are stealing other people's donkeys and slaughtering them, that's really wrong, it's criminal. We really would want the police really to apprehend.
On its part, the Kenya Veterinary Association urged the government to heed a court directive to gazette the Kenya Veterinary Board in order to enhance surveillance against quacks in the profession and uninspected products in the market.
We are pleading to the government to employ more inspectors. I remember Kenya Veterinary Board has actually made an attempt to recruit 28 inspectors so that we can have 7 regions for inspections.
We want more funds to be devolved to the counties to take care of our livestock.
Now, Kenyans are now being urged to donate their cornea in case they die to help meet the local demand for the organ. Optometrists say that it is costly to acquire cornea from other countries. They say poor public awareness on the need to donate cornea is to blame for the huge burden of eye-related diseases in the country.
Currently, Kenya is importing cornea from countries such as the US, India and Sri Lanka. Optometrists now want Kenyans to consider donating their cornea, especially when they die, to save the situation.
The system is quite weak in a way that there is a poor demand for existing eye health services, meaning that the community is not well informed of what is available. The other issue we came across was about the issue of the availability of health workers in eye health. There are quite few, and even those who are there, you find they are not even in the rural areas that we really want to reach the most of the people.
Meanwhile, evangelical churches have called on the Director of Public Prosecution, Nurdin Haj, to expedite cases lodged against corrupt leaders.
Hiyo ni kutofuata maadili anastahili kufuata kama kiongozi mwenye kiongozi wa mashtaka. Anastahili kufanya kazi yake vilivyo, iwe wakati wa uchaguzi ama wakati usio wa uchaguzi, kwa sababu ni lazima sheria ifanyike wakati wowote kwa ajili ya mwananchi wa Kenya.
In Githunguri, 40 bright but needy students who scored over 300 marks in last year's Kenya Certificate of Primary Education examination have been offered full education scholarship by the Kago Walidia Foundation.
Watoto ambao wako na shida, ambao wazazi wao hawajiwezi ama hawawezi kupeleka watoto wao katika shule za sekondari na wamepita, na nitasema wametusaidia sana kwa sababu tumeungana na wao, wameungana na Walidia Foundation kuhakikisha ya kwamba watoto wote hapa Githunguri wameingia shule.
Elsewhere, a group of doctors have conducted home visits in Mavoloni, Yatta to attend to the medical needs of some bedridden patients.
The problems we have discovered here is they are non-communicable diseases because of age, that is high blood pressure, high blood sugar and arthritis, and others have got some deficiencies, and so they would require regular follow-up and supplementary treatment.
Over 200 patients received free medical examination, food items, among other donations. Jacqueline Masharia for Prime Edition.
Well, that story brings us to our second break right here on KBC Prime Edition.
Richard Munga is on standby with the day's sports news. Later on, John Jacob Kuria will be coming back with Kenya Decides. And what are they talking about today, Tom?
Well, they're going to explore this factor of number 2, how the presidential candidates are going to, who they're going to name as their running mates. Yeah. So it's interesting. It's something. I think I have to make time and listen.
And there are already speculations, of course, from followers.
Yeah, because there are those parameters of chemistry, a bit of
gender,
ethnic balance, if you like. But we encourage you to stay tuned. It's coming up right after Munga is done with the day's sports. I see him on the other side of the studio.
Saying is true, I still won't go with you, okay?
You are an
Very well then.
Your mother told me what you saw in the newspaper.
You've been lying to me. I know that you have another wife. No wonder you never sleep in this house with us.
You're merely covering up a lie with another lie. Stand by that promise you made to your son. Now's the time. Now's the time to divorce Ines.
I'm so desperate, for heaven's sake.
Listen, Nuria. I have no idea what you're doing in Playa Linda, and I don't know what kind of trouble you're in, but I will not be your accomplice. Is that clear? So it really is true.
Adrian.
Oh, good evening. My name is Richard Munga with the day's sports. Athletics Kenya has named the final contingent to the Africa Senior Athletics Championship that are slated for the 8th to the 12th of June in Mauritius. Kenya will be represented by 44 athletes in the continental assignment. Team Kenya will be aiming to defend the overall title after emerging victorious in the last edition held in 2018 in Asaba, Nigeria.
Asbel Kiprop will line up in the men's high jump alongside Matthew Sawe. Reigning African champion Julius Yego will lead the team of Alexander Kiprotich and Metusela Kiprop in the men's javelin. Africa's 100 meters record holder Ferdinando Manyala will lead the team of Samuel Imeta and Dennis Otieno, while the women's team has Maximila Imali, Monica Zafania and Eunice Kadogo.
We're going for the medals.
I have the records, but I don't have the medals, so we're going to chase the medals.
Jacqueline Chepkoech will lead the Kenya's charge in the women's 3,000-meter steeplechase alongside Selifin Chespoi and Karen Chebet. Team Kenya will be aiming to defend the overall title after emerging victorious in the last edition held in 2018 in Asaba, Nigeria.
Meanwhile, 14 teams have confirmed participation in the 5th edition of the Embu Sevens rugby tournament that will be played this weekend at Njokiri Showground, that is in Embu County. Defending champions Menengai Oilers, runners-up Top Fry Nakuru, KCB, Batuk, Nondescript, Main Machine, Masinde Muliro, Catholic Monks, Mwamba, USIU Marshals and Blackblood are some of the top teams expected to grace the event.
Championship sides Embu RFC, Meru RFC, Kiambu RFC and Rongai Morans will join the event as teams seek to gauge their strength ahead of the 7th season, which kicks off on May 21st. Embu Rugby chairman Moses Mukabane said they were excited to roll out the event following a 3-year hiatus due to the COVID-19 pandemic and guaranteed a family-friendly show. Mukabane hailed the growth of the sport in the Mount Kenya region, saying the tournament will boost rugby's increasing popularity.
Hii tournament pia itaruhusu some of the high schools to come and watch, ili as we go back to sports itasaidia even the community. But as per now, rugby haijarudishwa high school, but we'll be having a different category, I think, starting on Friday, so that we turudishe rugby kidogo mtaani.
Defending champions Menengai Oilers, runners-up Top Fry Nakuru, KCB, Batuk, Nondescript, Machine, Masinde Muliro, Catholic Monks, Mwamba, USIU Martyrs and Blackblood are some of the top teams expected to grace the event.
Now, internationally, Manchester United recorded the biggest win of Ralph Rangnick's reign in his final home match as